Press start streaming, start recording.
Are we streaming though?
No.
What? Press record.
I am recording it.
Yay.
But this is why you should be quiet, because you can't help anyone. And you've
I'm
knocked,
sorry about
you've
what
knocked champagne on my sweater.
Champagne.
Well, it is champagne.
No, we haven't got any funds because no one subscribes to
Yeah,
the Patreon.
and this is apple
So-
juice, everyone.
For God's sake.
We like to pretend it's champagne.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers everyone.
Oh,
okay.
hi.
Hi. So,
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Ponder juice.
are you gonna get changed?
I've got change.
You're gonna do your hair.
I did my
No,
hair.
that's
That's outrageous.
that's below the belt.
Oh, come off
It's actually above my belt.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome back
everyone.
to my channel and with my guests here. Let's hear it from Mark.
Woo!
Let's hear it for Ashley.
Ah.
Let's hear it for me.
Mm.
So how's your week been, Mark, since we've been on air?
Do you know what? It's been really nice to be back.
Yeah.
And we've had such wonderful comments from all manner of wonderful people. Not just the people that I mentioned last time, so I apologise for that. Honestly, it's been lovely, and we do appreciate all the love and support.
However, there have also been comments that maybe aren't so lovely. Why is the guy in the middle even there? He doesn't say anything. Well, guess what, Mimi? I can't say anything during the episode.
And why is that, Sebastian?
Because I know everything that happens.
He's watched them like multiple times.
I watched them so many times. It is impossible
Yeah.
for me to be like, oh, I wonder if she's going to die. Or, oh, like, give me an example of something I could say. And I'll say it in this episode.
You can say, oh, that's a nice hair
Okay.
pin.
Hair. I can talk about hair.
Art direction. You could talk about all of that stuff. You
Okay.
could talk about what you like about the characters.
Yeah.
And also, maybe, I know this is probably hard because it was a long time ago, but you can also say what you felt at the time when you first saw
But
it.
during the episode.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. You can say, oh my god, when I first saw this, I thought this was going to happen. Oh,
Okay.
oh, maybe that gets too much. I don't know.
I just remember when we first started out back in the day.
got a lot of
And I
feedback,
got a lot
didn't
of feedback saying, stop talking.
Yeah, true. We can't win. I would say that the general feedback from the comments seems to be that Ashley's the favourite.
Which I'm happy for, you
I mean,
know.
I'm happy for him too. I mean, he's had a hard life, so it's good for him that he has something going his way finally.
Yeah. And do you want to make a response to that? It's not had a hard life. He went to private school.
Did you go to private school? I didn't even know that. Take two. Go. So, I mean, we all know that Ashley's the most popular one with everyone.
Which is great because, you know, he's got so many great comments to make and he's had a not easy, it's always easy time.
It seems unfair though.
Well, you make good comments too.
I do a lot of the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you do all the work.
I do all the work.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I would really like it if you could tell people that we're really good, and you know
That's
maybe
what
they
she
could
said.
be our friends as well, and then maybe
what
we'd
it
get
is.
some more support from people. Last week we got only 2 dislikes, and for us that's a real record, so that was nice.
That's very good actually. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're nearing the end of season 2.
Mhm.
We've got 3 episodes left. And,
What's episode 20 called? Is it 20?
this next one is called Go Fish.
Oh, this is the one about a swimming
The swim team, yeah.
Right.
I think this sounds really promising actually.
Hey, did somebody not send you videos to download for this?
Oh, sugar! Oh, bugger!
Should we just pause and get
I
that?
didn't. Yeah, but I didn't download them
Oh.
because she said by Wednesday, and I didn't do it.
So what would you like to say to Jessica, and then you can edit that in before we get into the episode.
Hey, Rothy. We think that you are absolutely superb. Honestly, thank you so much for your help. And apologies that we're not watching the version that you sent us because I foolishly forgot to download it, and yeah.
It's been a tough week though, Jessica, and we really appreciate your support. We've discovered today that he only goes to bed at 2:45 in the morning. Yeah, and gets an average of about 4.5 hours sleep every day. And we're going to work with him on that because we know that that's probably not helped this particular situation.
Jessica, I would throw myself in front of a car for you. Please send him the files again. Oh, I like her hair.
Swim team. Probably what I call a team. The Yankees. Abbott Costello. The A. Now those were teams.
Are you on a team?
Oh,
I mean, your mates are just there.
Yeah, come off it.
what's she upset about?
She's got a lilac
Beautiful.
scarf there, which is great.
Do you think that's what she's unhappy about?
Yeah, she misses the lilac jacket that she had a few episodes ago with Werewolf.
A true mother giving birth to new life and devouring old. Always
Who's this
adaptable,
romantic creep?
nurturing.
Creepy.
Somebody help me! Come on, Johnny!
Oh.
Longer than that if you ever want to make a team. Hey, somebody time him!
Oh, stop it.
Hey!
Oh, because it's
Yeah, Wentworth Miller.
Wentworth Miller reformed
Was it
heterosexual.
actually?
Yeah, it's Wentworth Miller reformed heterosexual Mariah Carey video superstar.
See, it's fun to
Is it like the Siren's Call or something?
Dude, what is that foulness?
What is that foulness?
Acting.
That was awful.
What is that foulness?
Dude!
Dude! Is he English?
He is here.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh.
So is he shed his skin there,
Oh, like a snake.
or
Oh my
That's
god,
it.
this pie chart.
it's starring Charles Cyphers,
Why
which
is she
is a
still
fan-
teaching them?
fantastic name. Is she getting paid? If she's not on payroll,
Oh, good. Thanks.
This is
She's
so weird.
she's not even looking.
With naked ladies on the cards?
But why would they do their work when she's the bloody teacher?
Do you know what, Armin Shimmerman? You need to hire some actual staff.
Sure. I like teaching.
Isn't that nice? You're a team player, and I like that. A team player
Isn't
wants
that
everyone
nice?
on the team to succeed. You slap a crucial member of that team with a failing mark that would force his removal.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
I hate
mean,
things like this.
Yeah,
No.
but is this a real thing in
I'm
America?
just
Because it's
trying
not
to
every
find
TV
Yeah,
show.
I think it is a real thing
That's
in
the
America.
point.
Pressure than the other students.
Why do they care so
And
much?
Why do you care about PE so much, America? It's
Yeah,
so
what's
boring.
this about?
In this country, you don't need team spirit. You need to have a drink after school and maybe
That
like
is team spirit.
that
Yeah.
is team spirit.
And you shouldn't be winning all the time.
And you should be smoking at 14. Look at Charisma Carpenter's hair.
They're very nice matching.
Oh, it's so
outfits, this
good.
Make it wrong. I worked
Apart
long
from
hours.
him.
Can I just say that outfit is straight out of Sailor Moon. That is manga outfit.
They're called winners. That's the way the world works.
Sometimes I do that.
What was he in this guy? He's in like a few things, wasn't he?
Oh, it's not me I'm worried about.
You like your
They're in a very public area.
That face is so good.
Oh, my nose!
Oh no. Oh, this is so rude. No.
I mean, first she leads me on, then she goes schizo on me.
Leads
When did I
on.
lead you on?
God.
Come on. I mean, look at the way she dresses. Coach. How we doing, Cameron?
Oh my.
This
God.
is a very Me Too episode.
Luckily it's not broken.
I love the way he just like went, it's not broken, like as if
He's a doctor.
he didn't even look at it.
concern.
So something ripped him open and ate out his insides? Like an Oreo cookie.
Also, you eat both parts of the Oreo cookie.
For students,
It's not the same.
read
do.
swim team.
So we're looking for a beastie.
Oh, here we go. Swim bots.
Right. Oh, okay. I quite like Locker Room as a horror
Trope.
I feel
trope,
like it's been a few times we've had it. In
but I think it's such a good setting.
Oh, you're right. Because
It's
of the yeah.
I mean, obviously, you shouldn't have this amount of steam in it, but I think it's an enclosed space. People have got naked bodies. It's very,
Yeah, that makes it scary.
it's very scary. I think.
Well, I like libraries as well. It's the long rows of things.
That is the worst nose makeup since Marsha Brady getting her nose broken. And she's like, ow, my nose!
Need beverage.
The worst bumping into
Oh,
things
forgive me,
ever.
your swim team. This. Man, I love it when when you guys mess with her.
Oh, here we go. He's going to do another.
This is another
Intense
Xander getting intense
Xander.
with a guy.
Yeah. He's like, that wasn't as good as Angel.
Yeah. You're not David.
Yeah.
Get out of my screen time.
And all those tables get knocked over. They're like, it's got to look like there was a struggle.
Yeah.
Knock them all over.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Do you know what?
With more
Well, where did it go though?
Doing the best
How did
I
he get away?
Is she good at art?
Is that what you saw, Xander?
That's pretty good.
I can't remember what it looked like because I looked for half a second and I turned away.
Yeah, I saw my life flash.
You ran like a woman.
Hey, if you saw this thing, you'd run like a
This
woman, too.
episode is so
No,
sexist.
We're cancelling this episode.
Raise the possibility that someone brought forth this sea monster from whence it came to exact that revenge. From whence it came. Spending way too much time around you.
Well, I do think American High School, I think I've said this
Well, you
before,
could
but
go
it's
out to
such
the
a good
parking lot and
genre
practice
to
running like a
explore
man.
any genre.
Yeah, yeah. That was the slowest reaction ever.
The magazine was upside down.
Yeah, but he's also playing a Game Boy.
So, Jonathan.
So you wanted revenge, didn't you?
Didn't you?
All he has to do is wear a bathing suit, right?
This is good because this episode is going to show that Xander's got a hot body technically, and Alison Hannigan they've realised is very funny, so they should do more with her.
Yeah. She actually got the role because when they, I don't know if I told you this before, but if you watch the pilot of Buffy, there's a different actress for Willow, and she plays the role really sadly, like really down. But Alison Hannigan got the role in the end because she's played it with hope. That even though she was a loser, she was like, well, I could still be there, and like with comedy.
Yeah.
A little bit more human.
Yeah.
I like the fact
How
that
did Wentworth Miller get the role?
I think he just turned up one day.
And they went, you got nice eyes.
Yeah.
Go find someone else to harass.
But he's not playing English anymore. as we
No.
just said, yeah.
You're in luck, my friend. Just so happens, I'm recruiting.
Oh!
yeah.
Run!
Why did she stand there for 20 minutes?
Okay, so he tastes gross. So what's he doing in the sewers?
Was that the thing that killed Cameron?
No,
That's English.
that was something else.
Was that the thing that
Something
killed-
else?
Did he? I think he might have grown up somewhere like Germany or
Unfortunately, we have a lot of
something.
something else.
He's a terrible actor. How did he get Prison Break?
Take position!
This is another thing in America that we just don't get.
Sitting on the bleachers to watch other
People
people
go
do
and watch
things?
people do sport.
Absolutely not.
All the way to the end. Repeat.
Nobody's got time for that. They've got other things to do.
Right, okay, so now we realise Nicholas Brendan was really cute all along.
Now that girl's is my connect. Sander? Sander?
I'm undercover.
Not under much. Before someone sees you in person.
I mean, I guess you could, but the pay's you know,
Imagine a school having a steam.
Oh, what's going on
I bet you had a
though?
steam room at your posh school, didn't you?
Maybe, is it to do, maybe that monster likes rare blood types or something? Like, it can only
Of people that swim well?
AB Reese's negative. Oh!
Do you remember that movie we watched?
Of the
Things
deep.
of the
yeah,
Deep.
yeah. Creature Lagoon. Yeah.
Things of the Deep, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
I don't think. I'm looking around, guy.
What about you? Giles would love the tranquilizer.
Is it in the water?
Going fishing.
In the pool?
Oh, maybe. I actually can't remember.
This is not one you've revisited very much.
No one that agrees with
What I like about it though is it reminds me of going back to the days of like I, Robot, You, Jane.
It is.
I really like
Horror high.
It's horror camp. B-movie. I really like this
I can't
episode.
believe you remember the names of the
I,
episodes.
Robot,
don't
You,
remember
Jane
any of them.
is not popular, but I think it's excellent.
I think it's... We'll talk about it in a
You know, you can shut your face. Now, what is going on?
That's what I
No, but I like a creature in.
Carl, please, don't make it any worse.
Some
You've
really
already
good
lost
It's
acting.
not Carl.
You're not lost.
Oh, is it Carl?
Carl, what are you doing?
I'm just looking after my boys.
Why is
They may be
there
at
a
the game
thing
right
under
now,
here?
but they're still a team.
I did not expect Kathy Bates to get killed off as well.
Quitter.
Oh my god, Kathy Bates.
You got some imagination, Missy.
Well, right now, imagining you in jail. You're wearing a big orange suit, and oh look, the guards
Keep
are
away
beating
from
you
him.
up.
You don't have any proof.
Tell me what's in the steam.
After the fall of the Soviet Union, documents came into light, detailing experiments with fish DNA in their Olympic swimmers.
Why?
Is that true?
No. There was a lot of drugging in USSR and
But
East
did they try and
Germany.
use look at fish
Make my
DNA?
team the best they
It
can
sounds
be.
like that.
Possible.
And it
You
didn't work.
understand? We have a shot at the state championship.
Do you understand that I
Who
don't
cares
care?
about
It's
your
over. It's
championship?
not the swim team.
Oh my god, this episode is.
You obviously skipped.
Get in the hole.
Oh my god.
You think I don't care about my boys?
Oh my god.
Boys have other needs.
Any gal down? Xander, what are you doing? And you looked really hot in those Speedos.
Xander's gonna be the one that saves her.
And I want you to know that whether that means little bath toys or whatever.
That's not me.
Chris McCarpenter, run!
There you go. Either we'll find them and take them antidote, or
Why did they all willingly walk into that cave?
He's a teacher.
No, she would be climbing a wall now.
This is just what my reputation needs. That I did it with the entire swim team.
She should be standing on that.
Yeah.
What is she doing in the water? No, Buffy, get out there!
Pick up the gun, Xander. You have to be really strong to pull her up with one hand.
Just do my part for our team.
No! Yeah! No, drop him!
Grab my hand!
He deserves everything.
No, he deserves it. He's trying to win finals.
Boys? No,
Bye! Bye, old man!
And you don't have to join the new team next year if you don't want.
Look at his eyelashes.
I'd be just as happy if you
Yeah.
played football.
Superhuman, aren't they?
They're
Extraordinary.
amazing.
Yeah, I've noticed that before. I think it's so good.
That angle was so good, you can see them perfect.
Yeah.
Humanoids from the deep.
Right.
Actually, what did you think of that episode?
Well, I have to say, for a filler episode where it was like a one-off, I think, like I said, because it reminded me of I, Robot You, Jane, which I loved from the first season. I think that I thought it was scary. I thought it was camp. I thought everyone got a go. It was a nice ensemble cast moment. Everyone was doing something, apart from Giles, but
He didn't do anything,
no,
did
he's
he?
just kind of boring. So I liked. Shut up. I quite like the fact that everyone got a go where they needed to have a go. We discovered that Xander had a cute body technically, and I quite like the fact that they were doing some like racist tropes of like USSR being, you know, rude with drugs. So for me, you know, that's, you know, of a one-off episode where we're never going to see from them again. I'm really happy to come back to that. Thanks, everyone.
I thought I was going to really hate it at certain points.
That's what you thought about me, wasn't
There was
it?
a couple of moments. There was a couple of moments where I was like in my head ranking it like a 3 or 4 or something at certain points during that episode. Where I was just like, this is terrible. But you know, made me scream like 2 or 3 times. So I think like that helped because it brings you back into it because you have like moments that. So I think they did quite well with like the suspense moments.
It's quite tight. Like as a one, it's like the narrative was nice and tight. I thought. Yeah. Well plotted through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Funny.
just thought the but I thought the. But I just thought it was a bit nothing, really. So, yeah. It was okay. I don't really have much to say about it. I thought the acting was a bit shit sometimes as well. Particularly Wentworth Miller and I didn't really think the gym teacher was very good, the swim teacher. And I don't know, I thought it was a bit obvious. It was okay. It was probably the worst episode we watched since we come back though.
No, 100%. That is not the worst one we've seen since we come back. The first one we watched was the worst one we've seen since we come back.
No, you've had a go now. We watched Killed by Death, I Only Have Eyes for You, and this one. And I agree that is the worst one that we've watched since we came back.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's technically the worst, and like...
What do you mean it's technically the worst?
Well, like, I thought Killed by Death was quite atmospheric, I Only Have Eyes for You was quite emotional, and this one was very throwaway, so technically, I mean, like, it was not designed...
Technically in your head.
Yeah. But you mentioned that it was like the early, like season 1, and I agree, and I'm so I mean, I don't want to spoil it all up, but we're getting now to the end of this sort of time of running around after Creature of the Week type thing, and I've reached my limit with it now.
Yeah. I would have guessed if someone had said, watch these 3 episodes, and one of them was written by Des Hotel, I would have guessed this.
Me too. That's a good point.
100%. I disagree.
What? Why?
No, because the reason I like this one, like I said, because it this is the first one that's reminded me of Sailor Moon, which explains why it reminds you of the first season, like Creature of the Week, etc.
Creature of the Week.
Creature.
Or like, what did you say?
I said
Creature of the Week.
What did I say?
Creature.
No, I didn't. I said Creature of the Week. Like Monster of the Week. I just thought it was really fun. So I don't think it's a good episode. It's not necessarily like the most skillful, but I did actually really enjoy it, and I don't think I enjoyed watching the Kinderstadt as much as I enjoyed watching this one.
It was scarier, the first one, and that made it more enjoyable for me.
Yeah, I thought the thing about nightmares we can all relate to, whereas this is like...
And we can all relate to having a swimming pool in our backyard.
I find children being in peril much more interesting than a bunch of 18-year-old fit men being in peril. I don't really give a shit about them. And also, the first half of the episode was full of really sexist, awful moments that I just didn't enjoy as well. So that's why halfway through the episode I was like, this is one of the worst. This was genuinely, in the first half of the episode, I was like, this is one of the worst episodes I've seen of the whole 2 seasons.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, you know what? I was not looking forward, knowing where we finished with. Remember Jenny Calendar, that arc, where coming back with these 3, I wasn't looking forward to these 3. I'm glad the run of 3 is over. And the other thing I'll say is my favourite bit of the episode for me was the bit with Jonathan and Willow, because Willow was very funny, but there were bits in that at the time you wouldn't notice, but now if you've seen all of it, you'd be like, oh, cool, that's cool that they did that.
Was that Jonathan?
So we met Jonathan before.
Yeah, I realised that.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't recognise him. I always forget him every time.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in a few
episodes. I think he's at least once, potentially twice, we might come across Jonathan.
Yeah.
And it's a similar thing of him being not treated particularly well.
Yeah.
I just think it was I didn't get that one, to be honest. Actually, now that you bring it to mind, that's 3 episodes now where they just haven't developed anything since Jenny Calendar. So I'm glad that we're on the finale.
I am just gonna say, not in defense of the episode itself, but the reason why I like it is because it does have that kind of. If you've got these bad one-off episodes, I like it when they're kind of B-movie-ish. intentionally a bit camp. So with like the Willow Jonathan scene, I really enjoyed that because there's a level of humour attached to it, which I think is really cute. I did really like that. It doesn't add anything to the whole season necessarily, but I'd rather it was that kind of like before. I remember in the first season, I'd often use the word frothy, and I like the frothy camp of like people like hanging out in a, you know, what's it called, a sauna, having a nice time. I quite like the idea that like the reason they were turning into monsters was because it was through some kind of medium. I thought that's quite original. I thought it was the water, but it was actually the steam. You know, so there were ideas in it that I really like. And again, I Robot You Jane generally was probably like a 5 out of 10. At the time, I gave it like an 8 or a 9. But I love that kind of like B movie-ish shtick.
Do you have anything else to say, Sebastian, about that one? I feel like you've not said that much. You don't speak.
Don't speak. Yeah, like I was saying that I wasn't looking forward to this run of 3, and I think now where I'm at is I want the plot to advance. I think there's one episode too many
of those
where they've gone away from what's actually happening.
Did you enjoy it more or less than normal watching it again now?
Less than normal. It's, I mean, at the
You were
time,
ready to move on.
well, at the time I was a teenager watching it.
So you didn't mind it then?
Well, no, because they were my age. So, but now I'm like, I don't care about
those
your school.
actors were 32.
They were, but I don't care about your school spirit, and also I guess like we were saying about the Americanisms in it, like it's hard to watch that and see how anyone could get, like you said, they were watching this swim team practice. Like, why would you do that? And they do that like on bleachers as well.
Yeah. But but again, like I quite like the high school thing. Like I said, it's a really good vehicle for anything, and I did quite like the idea that like, you know, people can be so obsessed with the idea of winning and victory that they'll go to these like ridiculous extreme lengths. Think about like the US gymnastics team. You know, there's been issues with like issues of power and like maltreatment of young people. Yeah. So I do think there was things in it which lifts it above just it's a shit episode. It did have some things in it which I thought, oh, do you know what? Abuse of power's in there. There's like the collective, like the idea of like all of those boys being trained into basically superhuman monsters to go and do swimming. Like, I think that's all really interesting. I think that's good. I think that's smart.
They won in the end.
Huh?
I wonder if they won in the end.
Well, nobody won. I think that's the point.
No, I mean,
nobody won.
I mean the championships.
But apart from they won their freedom. And you did have, in like 1980s Germany, you did have, for instance, women who were given steroids who then actually became male through that process. So I think there is some interesting like source material and observations going on in this episode, which again I think just make it better than it's a throwaway episode, but I would rather watch that than
you sold it to me a little bit more.
What scores are you giving it?
How many stakes? Well, I was going to give it 4, but I'll give it 5 because of what you just said.
5.
You?
I'm giving it 7.
Okay, 17.
Which is one less than the Kinderstock, which was wholly ripped off, and it was by Dean Hotel.
I definitely enjoyed it a lot more of that. But I was tempted to give it 6, but like, I'm going to forget about that episode pretty quickly.
This is going to be a memory that lives on in my memory for a long time.
Right, if you like the video, then please do comment, like and subscribe down below. If you love the video, then please do sign to our Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/MacWard.
Finale's coming next.
Excuse me?
The finale.
The episode...
This finale.
It's the final episode of the season.
Well, there's 2, but it's a double.
Oh, I love a double episode.
See you soon. Bye.
See you later.
Bye, everyone.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, you have to.